Hello and thanks for joining me for another video beer review then. So today we've got a beer I'm really trying to push to get into my German beers basically, and this is another classic Hacker-Pschorr, I'm probably butchering that up, Kellerbier. There we go. It's in a nice 500ml can. So Kellerbier, it's coming in at 5.5% ABV, 15 IBUs, brewed in, well, I see Germany, the part of Germany, I think it's near Munich, München, it says here. So I was actually just recently checking, it's actually owned, the brewery is owned by Paulaner. So didn't know that. I've had one beer from them before, the Münchener Helles. Had that on tap a few times. So yeah, they're out of Munich, the south of Germany. Yeah, a subsidiary of Paulaner Brewery. So didn't know that. That's interesting. The can is absolutely solid, so that's all good. So yeah, information here. Beer ingredients: water, malted barley, yeast, hops. Best before. What was actually canned on date was on the 6th of July of 2020. It's got a year's shelf life, so it's pretty cool for a this style of beer to give a canned on date. I do like that. I don't know how long they've actually been canning. Generally, you can get these in the old 500ml bottles with the old swing top kind of jobbies. But I thought, oh, you know, let's go for a can. Purchased this one at Beer Merchants. Incidentally, I don't think I mentioned that when I done the Paulaner review. I got a bunch of beers, German stuff, and the Paulaner Radler. Not generally my thing. So I'm definitely, this is my third kind of German beer of recent times. So anyway, let's stop waffling and start pouring. Nice hiss on the crack of the can there. Just a straight up glass. Shall I use this or use another? I'll use another one. I've just cleaned it with water, but I like to see how dirty my glasses are. So you know, all that sort of thing. So there we go. So it's unfiltered. I've not had too many of this style, to be fair. I'll leave it like that. Beer in a glass. Yeah, look at that. Hazy. Well, mild haze. It's not... Oh, sorry about that. Just caught the old thing there. It's a mild haze. It's nothing crazy. A lot of my mates do that with lagers. You get a flat lager and there's like... They crack it with on the rim with another glass, and it just... Why? I don't know. Anyway, beer in a glass, a nice kind of almost like a Hefeweizen type oranginess to it. More so than I was expecting. Not even half a finger of white head, just covering the top of the beer. But yeah, the carbonation is racing through there, just like a Hefeweizen really. Some big old bubbles. It's like kind of backward snow, if that makes sense. Snow coming off the ground going up. Definitely got that kind of look about it. So yeah, not too experienced with this classic German style. So I'm kind of learning on the channel really. I don't mind admitting that. That's fine. So yeah, let's get an aroma. Firstly, we'll go into what it says, because there is a little bit of information here. No, shall we? No, let me do my thing and then we'll go into that after. So I'll get a really nice kind of brown bready malt. Yeah, fresh baked bread that's still warm kind of malt, even though it's just still out of the fridge. You know what I mean? It's got that kind of malty grain. brown bread, crackery, Hovis biscuit, that fresh bakery smell you get in the mornings. Just beautiful, just a lovely, inviting kind of aroma. Oh, it smells good. Let's get into the taste as well. What the hey? Cheers. It's really interesting, it really is. My taste buds aren't used to going in for different styles like this. I probably had one or two ever, but it's really kind of refreshing. It's something new, it's a new flavour. Getting into these New England IPAs, they're all very good for what they do, but it's all very, you know, some are better than others, but generally they're all that same kind of, that range. This is like far removed from that. It's like, right, you're over there. I think for taste buds, sometimes taste buds are like, oh, give me something different, even though it's a different beer of style. It's still in that kind of ballpark. And I think when you go back to another style, like New England style, from not having them for a while, going back, then you get that more appreciation of a style. And that's what I'm getting now. It's very light. Very, very light, very easy drinking. Very crisp. Very clean. But it's got a lovely kind of bready, crackery malt to it, and that's certainly dominating. Decent amount of carbonation. Pour a bit more in. There's only a little bit actually. So yeah, plenty of carbonation in that. Perfect amount. Authentic lager, unfiltered. It says there. I don't know who the dude is. It looks like he's enjoying his beer, so that's always a good thing. It's just very unique for me, for my palate at least, and I'm really enjoying it. I think this year I've wanted to do this kind of like German beers late summer going into autumn, early winter period for probably about 3 or 4 years, and never really got round to it. I've always been like, oh, you know, keeping up with what's going on, and I was like, no, this year I'm gonna be there's a lot of classic beers that I've never had, and I've seen them for like 10 years, like online and stuff, and never gone to them, never tried them. So this year I'm gonna do it. All these classic German beers. I've had 1 or 2 over the years, of course, but I never got round to actually reviewing them. So I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to make time for them this year. And this is cracking. This is just perfect. Kind of getting into late summer now. The end of August kind of deal. But yeah, absolutely great. Sorry about that. I don't know how you can get interrupted at nearly 2 o'clock in the morning, but I do. So yeah, I've lost my whole train of thought where I was with the beer, so apologies about that. But there's a recap of the can. So Hacker-Pschorr, I think that's how you pronounce it. They're Kellerbier, so 5.5%. You know, I could have gone back and looked where I was, what I was saying, but make it more real. So yeah, it's kind of like a joined on video from the last, but it's not kind of like accurate, but whatever. I don't know what I was saying, so very easy drinking, medium, low medium body, but it's got a very nice, that malty, biscuity brown bread, freshly baked brown bread kind of residualness on the palate. Really nice, very moorish. It's definitely my taste buds are very kind of so I'm just seeing what the old leg of the chair is. It's that side. Okay, I don't know, not the old tripod. It's a very interesting beer that my taste buds are definitely not used to, and they're really like digging this beer. So anyway, as I said at the beginning of the review, we'll go into what it says. I've done a little translation of it because actually the commercial description on Untapped is in obviously German, but on the app you've got an option of translating. So I don't know what they use exactly, whether they use like Google Translate. I've used Google Translate before, and more for Portuguese than anything else, and oh dear, woeful. But anyway, we'll have a go. So it says honey golden is that shimmers of a natural cloudy cellar beer, seductive in the light. A beer with distinctive character, quaint, pithy, drinkable, and yet refreshingly mild and light. Pithy. Okay. The out and out thing for me on this is that kind of that Hovis biscuit, brown bread, crusty brown bread, grainy, crackery kind of deal. Slight sweetness on the end of that initial flavour profile, but yeah, pithy. Depends really. Maybe on a re-review, when I get a bit more experience of the style, just touch the old mic, we'll come back to that. So it says creamy. Yeah, there is a certain amount of that creaminess to the body of the beer. Sparkling, of course, as I said, with the old upside down snowflakes going back into the clouds, kind of jobby. Typical unfiltered beers. It is a delight on the palate. Aromas of caramel, honey, and plum. Not getting any plum. Caramel, yeah, I can see that. Honey, it's sweet, but not really honey for me. Come into play and emphasise the malty, spicy taste experience. I'm getting a malt. I'm not getting really much spice. It's just I'm getting like a wildflower nectar rather than the honey. Now come to think of it, but yeah, it's a really quaffable beer. I really do like that. I think it's great. Where did I get to? Spicy experience. This is accomplished by the unmistakable nuances of apple and grapefruit, which give the beer its fruity freshness. Not really Not for me at least. It doesn't remind me of any kind of push. I'm getting white pepper, but I'm not really getting apple core cider-esque tones to the beer. Lastly, it says after 4 weeks of maturation, it is filled with was that, I can't even see it, it's on my phone, put it over there, I can't even read it. Filled with unfiltered and contains all the vitamins and trace elements that are found in the yeast. Yeah, I would say it's more driven by that than anything else. I am getting some fruity esters in there, but it's kind of like, for me, overshadowed by that biscuity bready malt kind of bill. But really nice drink, very enjoyable, and really nice to actually try something different and review it for you guys, you know, for my take on it at least anyway. As I always say, go out and try it for yourself. It was available on Beer Merchants, and it still is at the time of recording. So nice big old can. I can't remember how much I paid for it exactly, but we've got the old sheet here, funny enough. So what is it? It doesn't actually tell me how much I paid for it. There you go. It is what it is. I don't know, £2.40 something, 49. Call it £2.50. It's probably not, but give or take 20p either way. I don't think it's above £2.50. I think it's below that, but yeah, really good. I'll give it one more taste and I'll give it a rating then. For me, this beer, I've got nothing to compare it against. I'm just doing it on the overall what I think of the beer. Style wise, it's just that's out the window. It's open. So I'm just going to give it on my kind of where I am with them. And if it needs a re-review a year or two down the line, then that'll be interesting to when I've had more experience with others of this style. I like it. I think it's a great beer. A 7.5 out of 10, so it's a 3.75 with this beer here now. Would I give it a rating on Untapped? I'll probably give it a 3.8 on the older out of 5 scale. So yeah, let's have a look then. So this beer's had just over 44,000 total check-ins then, 485 in the last 30 days. So 33,798 total ratings of this beer then. Pretty impressive, isn't it? It's coming in at 3.54, so just over a 7. It's really nice to actually compare what I just said, because I don't look at any of all that before I give my own verdict, and I look at it like after. I've got the page there, but I don't actually look at anything until after. So but yeah, so just over a 7, so I'm giving it a 7.5. So maybe there's better of this style out there that I've just not tried yet, so we'll find out over time. But yeah, this is a start for me. So yeah, let me know if I've had this one before. Hacker-Pschorr Keller Bier Authentic Lager Unfiltered out of Munich, Germany, part of the Pauliner, actually, you know, a subsidiary of Pauliner, so that's interesting to me anyway. So let me know down below. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. If you got this far, please subscribe, think about it, really cool. We appreciate everyone who watches and subscribes and thumbs up and all that stuff, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.